Hello, model railroaders and hobbyists. This is John from John's Railroad. I haven't done a video in a long time. It's probably been since May. Now it's mid-October. I have not done much with anything with my trains except buildings. And I believe most of you have seen all my buildings that I have made. So I've still made quite a few of those and made some for people and sold them. But most of the summer I spent a lot of my time working on what you're seeing in front of you. As many of you know, if you follow me, I am a major model truck and real truck enthusiast, big rig enthusiast. And so I have decided to try some 3D printing of some of these things. And you can buy files to print, but they're expensive, and then when you buy them, you can't sell them. So it's kind of pointless to me. So I took it upon myself this last year to learn how to work CAD software. So I've been creating copies of the real trucks. And these are the ones you're seeing in front of you are ones that people have requested me to make. So I've done that. I'm going to turn this around just a little bit. And so I'm going to show you what I've done. Just to let you know, it takes me probably, I don't know, 12 to 18 hours to design a cab, off pictures. The one thing I don't have is I don't have no blueprints or anything like that to go by. So it's really hard for me to get them probably exactly what they really are. I've done the best I could by pictures, and people send me brochure pictures and things like that, but I have no accurate measurements other than taking a current 1/25th scale truck and using that as a base size. So that's what I have done for all of these. So what I have made here, this is a 50 series Kenworth half cab with the goofy sleeper. These things are really something else. The real ones. They are very unusual. I can't imagine what it would have been like to drive one of these things in the day. Oops, sorry. Trying to show you up close. I spend a lot of time trying to get the detail on them and getting them nice and smooth. You can see they're pretty smooth, but they still all do need sanding and things like that. This is one I just finished creating. This is actually my second print of this one. This is about a 1970 Marmon cab over day cab. It hasn't been sanded or cleaned up yet, but they're pretty nice, and the detail comes out really pretty clean on them. I'm trying to show it up close. I don't know, it's hard to really tell. So, and then here's one, it's called an FWD. These are, I don't know if they make these anymore. I think they may still, not this kind, of course. This is a 70s rig. My stepdad used to drive some of these a little bit. This is a day cab version, and then here's the sleeper cab version. So you can kind of see what they got, the interiors in them. Well, interior buckets, I should say. But they're accurately scaled in my belief. I think I've got them pretty good. The negative about 3D printing is angles. Angles on 3D printing are really tough to achieve good quality. What that means is curves. I got these ones smooth because of the orientation of the way I printed them. But like some of the windows, I'm going to show you up close. If you look, these pillars are a little bumpy, edgy. It sands down smooth, but I also make a repair kit that can go over it if you want to. This one here, I actually got these a little better. I did a little more practice, so these are a little smoother. But there's a lot of work that goes that's involved in making these things look decent. These are all really nice and ready to go models. They convert and they will fit on many frames, which brings me to these pictures. I'm going to zoom back out. Or this, here's another one I did. This is one of my first ones I did. And just so you know, I did all these myself from the computer. These are not files I downloaded from nobody. These are my own thing that I made on my own, based on pictures and brochures, like I said. So in the background, what you see these trucks. I actually took these are some of the models of the ones I made. Now these are just all rigged together. These are not super ultra high quality. I just made these so I had something to demonstrate my models to people. I printed everything you see here, except the rubber tires, I printed and made in CAD. So, I mean every single thing. Now this one, I printed in multicolor like that. So the cab was printed in green, the grill was printed in chrome and white, and then the same thing with the breather, chrome and white. And the tanks, if you look, that's printed in green with silver straps. Kind of the same thing with the battery box over there. The frames I printed myself. I made some generic frames. Now they're not the most high quality frames and stuff, but they're just for my demonstration purposes. Same thing with this FWD cab over. I wanted something to show the cab, how the thing looks. I'm gonna zoom back out so it fits. And I printed the grill and everything in color, just so I had something to contrast. I will eventually finish and build that and paint it properly. There's another one in the background, a FWD day cab I did, printed in green with chrome grill and chrome letters and everything. So, and then one other thing, you see that blue Peterbilt, that's a 132 scale back there. I can't quite reach it because I'm holding the camera, but you'll notice the wheels. That's a snap tight. They come with the cheesiest, ugly wheels they make. I'm telling you, they're really bad. Any of you guys who, I can reach out, maybe grab it. Any of you guys who ever build these things, you would know. So here's what I did. I made my own wheels. I took the cheapy ones off, and I made these to fit exactly in place of the other ones that come on the model. So, and that's these little guys right here. And I 3D print these. They snap right into the existing factory stock wheels. Here's the rears. They press in. It's a little tough to get them in, and I printed these in color, white and black. Here's my 1/25th scale wheels I print in multicolor. And again, like I said, I made all these myself in CAD. So these are my own designs. I can sell and do whatever I want. So I don't want people to think that I'm copying somebody else's stuff. I print them in different colors like this. This is mainly how I sell them, like this, and printed in some kind of a tan or beige. Here's a set already printed. If someone ever is interested in wanting some of these, I'm going to put my information in the description so you can kind of, if you want to look these up and order a set of these things. A set of wheels like this is probably about $8-9. That's a set of 10. So, and then I also print the tanks like you saw. These are in pieces. I can print them any length, any size, any skinny, long, short, whatever you want. Battery boxes, any shape. I've got many shapes of those I can do. And then of course, with every kit I do, you get a dashboard, an interior bucket, bumpers, lights if it has them. This one, this new Marmon, I haven't made the light. There's the light socket, but the light actually fits in there, and there's actually space around it. That's why that socket's so big. But like this one here on this Kenworth, well, for instance, like this one, this would just have a light bulb put right in there, a lens, I should say. So, and then of course, the FWD gets these kind right here. They're kind of the Kenworth style. So, and you can see them on that existing FWD in the back. So, anyways, I just wanted to show you guys what I was working on. Like I say, these things ain't flawlessly perfect by no means, but I've been over the years, I've built a lot of resin models. I think they're at least as equivalent and maybe even a little more detailed. I don't know that you get all this exact detail of the fronts of these things in resin. Maybe you can. The ones I've had were never this clean. But there is some issues. Number one issue is this plastic is really, really hard. And it operates, the speed and temperature really makes it solid. It's very tough and hard. It's very solid. You could smash this thing. It takes a lot to bust one of these things up. So here's another one of my wheels. But they also, with that, it's nice that they're strong. You can drop one, it won't break. But it also makes them harder to sand. They can get quite tough to sand, but they do. You can sand them out fully, get them smooth. The two green ones I've got very nicely smoothened out. This one is on its way to almost being all the way sanded and smooth. The windows, I've made inserts for all these trucks for the windows for rubber gaskets, and I print those out too. Then you can paint them after your model is painted. So anyways, that's all I got. I just wanted to show you guys. So I have been working on hobby stuff, just not my trains. I know a lot of you guys watch my videos for the trains, but this is kind of something I've been working on. And any of you guys know me, I do a lot of different things. So, and I think this kind of shows all that. So that's all I got. And I hope you guys think it's kind of cool, this kind of little hobby. I sure love doing it. And just one other thing, I'm going to be making, I've got in the hopper at least 6 or 7 more vintage trucks. My trucks that I do are older ones. I don't like any of the modern stuff. They got to be, I would say probably no newer than the mid 80s, but most of them are 50s, 60s, maybe even some 40s coming up. But I like to make vintage stuff, and it's mostly cab overs is what I like. I may do some conventionals. I've actually made one, which I don't have here, an International S series, but I made it because I couldn't get the model. There just wasn't any more out there. So anyways, that's all I got. Hope you found this interesting, and check some out. And if you ever want some, in the description, you'll see how you can order some through me. Thanks.